Hello, this is me, and I am him, and him is Sarcophagus Boy. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word direct? Anything but Applebee's, and anything includes last week's Nintendo Direct. Now, most gamers already upload a reaction video to the Nintendo Direct, but I am not most gamers. Plus, I was doing laundry that day, so in other words, I had a life at the time. To make up for this, I decided to let these announcements marinate into my skull and discuss said announcements 1 week later. Technically a week and 3 days, but who's really counting? Now, if I were to discuss every single announcement that was made, we'd be here for quite some time. So today I'll only be discussing the 10 announcements made in this direct that legitimately made me say, I'll fuck my wallet for this. To begin, we have the Hidden Treasures of Area Zero. That's gonna be the name of my Virgin Man Cave.
Hey y'all, Scott here.
This is DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that comes in 2 parts, much like 2 ears of corn. It's not the first time we've heard about this, but at least with this trailer we're able to get more familiar with what the environment for each DLC is like. Starting with the Teal Mask, you get to go on a field trip to the land of Kitakami and learn about the loyal 3 Pokemon, Steroid Doge, Hipster Monkey, and Thanksgiving Pheasant. You will then take part of the Festival of Masks and encounter Ogerpon, the one with the teal mask apparently. After that comes the Indigo Disc, where you get introduced to the Blueberry Academy and somehow end up in a dome at the bottom of the fucking ocean. The dome consists of 4 areas with different biomes and Pokemon, and you'll also encounter Terrapagos. It's cool if you like ceramic turtles, I think. Now, Game Freak already revealed 2 version-exclusive Pokemon, being Gligar for Scarlet and Apon for Violet. But why would I give a shit about that when both versions have Blitzel? That's right, Marty is back, bitches! All in all, this DLC has interesting plot lines, fascinating new and returning Pokemon, and whoever the fuck this is. Speaking of names, let's talk about Persona 5 Tactica real quick. Now, Persona 5 is one of those games that I've never played or owned, yet somehow I always find it hanging on the wall above my thermostat. Much like Persona 5 Strikers, Persona 5 Tactica is a spin-off of Persona 5 that consists of a new storyline and provides a different style of playing the game. The Phantom Thieves end up in some weird world where they must team up with this new chick named Arena to take down this malicious military group. What does she offer in exchange for their help? Fruit Loops, probably. As far as gameplay goes, it's more or less the same as Persona 5, except it's more of a tactical RPG as opposed to a standard JRPG. You can battle your opponents up close, from afar, with a Persona fusion, with the all-powerful triple threat, all kinds of crazy shit. Would I recommend playing this if you haven't played Persona 5? I'm not sure, but there's no denying you'll have quite a bit of fun with this if you're a tactical RPG kind of guy. Oh yeah, I forgot they announced Palia. Moving right along, we have the remake of Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG originally came out on the Super Nintendo in 1996, not the N64 like I originally thought for some reason. I thought the same thing about the first 3 Donkey Kong Country games, I'm Only Human. It was developed by Square, published by Nintendo, and enjoyed by many. Mario, Bowser, Mello, Peach, and the non-official Smash Bros. Icon Geno must defeat the Smithy Gang and collect the 7 star pieces so they can restore the wish-granting powers of Star Road. This sounds like a sequel to Turbo. Gamers who were alive in the 90s already know about this game, and if you weren't alive during the SNES era like myself, I'm sorry for the many points of nostalgia you guys have missed out on. Back to the topic at hand, Super Mario RPG was definitely one of those games I never thought had a chance of getting remade for the Switch. Yet again, this is coming from the person who can't tell the difference between Planet Earth and Ratatouille. The re-animation for this game looks phenomenal, and goddammit, Valentina's finally drinking a proper margarita! Now, Nintendo did announce an upcoming new Peach game after this, which I think is nice and all, but it's hard for me to show excitement over something I still barely know about. That's like if someone presented me a brand new Cosmic Brownie coming out next year, but I'm not allowed to see what the inside looks like. Again, I think it's nice we're getting a new Peach game for the first time since Super Princess Peach for the DS, but I don't want to become emotionally invested in something that could turn out to be a disappointment and this brownie was filled with mayonnaise all along. Maybe as time goes on, I'll learn to appreciate the upcoming new Peach game and mayonnaise brownie. As far as the Super Mario RPG remake goes, I can't find a single thing to complain about this gorgeous nostalgia trip. Now, if Geno isn't your thing, but you're really into sucking dead things and Jeff Dunham, then Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon might fulfill half of those needs. This game originally came out in 2013 for the 3DS as part of the Year of Luigi, which celebrates the 30th anniversary of Luigi's big debut. Yet somehow Sidesteppers don't get any appreciation at all. This is a sequel to Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, except you actually have to travel to several haunted locations as opposed to just one mansion. Seriously, he has an engine room and a mansion? What does his bank account look like? Anyways, the goal of this game is to collect shards of the Dark Moon, defeat King Boo, and restore peace to the ghosts of Evershade Valley. The reason I'm talking about this game is because an enhanced version of this game is coming out for the Switch later next year. I really love the idea of this game being ported over to the Switch, but with Luigi's Mansion 3 being on the Switch, a part of me wishes they would have ported over the first game as well, that way I don't have to own two different consoles to maximize my love for Luigi. Outside of that, I think this enhanced version of the spooky 3DS game is a lovely addition to the Switch family, unless if for some reason you despise tall green Italians. If you don't like ghost hunting Italians, then say hello to Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. This game features a powerful demon named Sorrow, who has been a recurring character and monster of the Dragon Quest series since Dragon Quest IV. I low-key now want him in Smash for some reason. In this game, Sorrow is cursed and is unable to harm anything with monster blood. What a fucking bitch! Since he is unable to fight monsters, he must travel around Naderia, which is essentially hell, which is essentially a Home Depot parking lot, and hunt down other monsters to expand his army. Also, his love interest is an elf who sheds ruby tears for some reason. Not only can Sorrow wrangle monsters, but he can also combine monsters to create new and stronger offspring. Now, I've never played Dragon Quest, nor do I know if I ever plan on playing Dragon Quest, but the whole recruiting monsters aspect is surprisingly intriguing. I really love Skylanders Trap Team because I got to play as the villains. So the fact you get to wrangle and combine monsters in this game to create a monster army is so fucking incredible to me. I also really like the fact they showed off Solo from Dragon Quest IV at the end because I love green-haired dudes who know magic. That's why I like Iggy so much. All in all, despite not being a Dragon Quest fan myself, I can totally get behind this concept and maybe I'll even turn a new leaf thanks to this. Oh yeah, I forgot they announced Fae Farm. Up next is Pikmin 4. No, not that Pikmin 4, this Pikmin 4. Now Pikmin 4 was announced back in September and it's releasing next month. So what information did Nintendo have in store for us? Aliens the size of my hopes and dreams. The concept of this game is much like the last three Pikmin games that came out. You plug Pikmin, you kill wildlife, you find treasure, you get the idea. It's like Pikmin but with a 4 in the title. It also features a cute space dog that I want to belly scratch for all eternity named Ochi. What a good boy he is. Now, Pikmin 4 does have new challenges and mechanics, like the need to rescue castaways and see who can collect the most $5 bin items. Unlike other Pikmin games, you can actually go out and explore at night, and that's where the new glow Pikmin truly shine. Quite literally, might I add. You can throw them at enemies, and the light they emit will temporarily leave them stunned. In addition to all of this, Nintendo also announced you'll be able to purchase and play the first two Pikmin games on Switch. With Pikmin 3 Deluxe already being a Switch game, that means all 4 Pikmin games will appear on one console. Take notes, fucking Luigi. If you've never played Pikmin before and have always wanted access to the previous Pikmin titles, this is definitely your big day. Even if you want to just skip right to the fourth one, I'm sure there's a lot of joy and fun to be had, especially if you're a tiny alien. Personally, I'm more of a snake guy anyways. I mean, what else comes to mind when you hear this sound effect? Holy shit, not the IRS! This is Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. That's gonna be the name of my Virgin Sex Dungeon. I'm Michael Bolton. This collection consists of the first 3 Metal Gear Solid games, as well as Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, the NES version of Metal Gear, and Snake's Revenge. Now with this being a collection, it also includes other features like digital graphic novels, digital books, and digital soundtracks. I wonder if this collection also has digital diabetes. Now I'll be honest, my only experience with Metal Gear is playing as Snake in Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on Shadow Moses Island. However, the fact Nintendo is releasing a collection of some of the best stealth action games Konami has to offer is enough to get me invested into this video gaming masterpiece. The fact Solid Snake is capable of making me solid hard is also enough for me. Well, would you look at that, it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe time. I gotta get a new watch. Nintendo revealed that Wave 5 for the Booster Course Pass will be released sometime this summer, and they gave us a sneak peek of what that wave will entail. We have Squeaky Clean Sprint, Wiggler, Petey Piranha, Wiggler, Kamek, and unfortunately, not Howie Mandel. Petey Piranha and Kamek were honestly shoo-in characters in my opinion since they were bound to happen eventually, but I was legitimately surprised when I saw they brought back Wiggler from Mario Kart 7. Hell, Wiggler wasn't even in Mario Kart Tour, yet here he is making a comeback. Now these were the 5 characters I originally predicted would be in this game, but if I honestly had to pick a 6th character back then, I probably would have said Wiggler. Not because I thought he was likely, but because he's probably my favorite Mario enemy of all time, so I really wanted to see his return to the series. Now how do I feel about the other 2 you might ask? Well, Petey Piranha is making a return to console Mario Kart after Double Dash, which I'm glad because he's such an iconic Mario villain, and Kamek is actually making his first console Mario Kart debut. That's the biggest reason I'm happy he's here because we finally get to play as him in a console Mario Kart game after almost 20 years since his first gaming appearance. His hat is the second biggest reason for why I'm happy he's here. All in all, Wave 5 will consist of amazing new and returning characters, a fun and wacky bathroom-themed racetrack, and a Wiggler who never quits that wiggle jiggle. Rock on, brother. It looks like Wario doesn't know when to quit that wiggle jiggle either because this is WarioWare Move It. Now if you don't know what WarioWare is, do you even exist? Just like all WarioWare games before it, WarioWare Move It will consist of a variety of wacky microgames that you must beat in a very short amount of time. Still not as short as my social battery life. You can even play with either one person or with 3 other people to take part of one of the party mode minigames, assuming you have friends and whatnot. Now this WarioWare game is coming out later this year, which is crazy to me because the latest installment just came out almost 2 years ago, and I still haven't played it yet. That's the thing that sucks with WarioWare. You buy WarioWare, you end up being too busy with wearing anything but Wario, then by the time you're ready for WarioWare, there's too much WarioWare for you to wear. Other than that, I'm more than happy that we're getting another WarioWare game for the Switch because you can never have too much Wario. The only thing that concerns me is that, as the title suggests, WarioWare Move It will only consist of motion-based microgames. I would be okay with that if it wasn't for the emphasis on how important Joy-Cons will be for this game. Joy-Con drift is not my friend, and neither is the fact there are 6 Sharknado movies for God knows what reason. Do I think Joy-Con drift will have a dramatic impact on this game? Not necessarily, but if this game doesn't support Pro Controllers at all, it's probably best to buy new Joy-Cons if you're worried about that kind of stuff. I need an excuse to buy new Joy-Cons anyways, and thanks to Wario, I finally have a reason to stimulate the economy once again. All things considered, especially since this concept worked out so well for WarioWare Smooth Moves for the Wii, I think a motion-based WarioWare game for the Switch is such an amazing concept and will definitely be the highlight of any WarioWare-themed party. Oh yeah, I forgot they announced Penny's big breakaway. Last but definitely not least, we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Now 2 days prior to the Direct, my brother tried to convince me we really needed a new 2D Mario game. I denied the possibility of that, but yet again I also denied the existence of rhinos for the first 10 years of my life. This game has everything a good video game needs. Talking flowers, acid trip, Daisy, 4 playable Yoshis, and Pachyderm Mario. I wasn't expecting a new 2D Mario game, but seeing this trailer makes me happy that there is in fact another one coming. The animation for this game is very whimsical. The Wonder effects add a bit of wacky, chaotic fun. Daisy is finally playable in a Mario Bros. Game, and there seems to be a complete absence of a timer. Finally, I can enjoy myself while playing a 2D Mario game. Of course, it's still like many Mario games we all know and love. There are collectibles, there are flagpoles, there are coins, everything a growing Mario game needs. The purple shard things are a little weird in my opinion, but I mean every economy needs a new approach in life. Of course, the trailer ends with a new elephant power-up, which is honestly one of the funniest yet coolest things I've ever seen in a Mario game, and I'm curious to see how Elephant Mario will actually play out in this game. In summary, this Direct hit all the right notes for me, and if you're a huge Mario fan, you definitely won't be disappointed by what's to come. Now, if you're a Metroid fan, well, better luck next year. So that's all I had to say about last week's Nintendo Direct. Now it's time to see what some of you guys thought about it. I asked you guys on all my social media accounts to leave any comments about last week's Direct, and although not a lot of people responded, I did get some comments that I'll be reviewing with you guys right now. First, I'll be reading off comments from some of the Discord servers I'm in, and the first comment comes from a good friend and subscriber of mine, Nebs. If you were to go to any one of my videos, there's a good chance you'll find a wild Nebs in the comment section. She commented, "I'm excited for Mario RPG. That's all I have to contribute." Honestly, I like how straight to the point her comment was, and I too am excited for Super Mario RPG for the Switch, even though I've never played the original for the SNES. The next commenter I'll be showing off said they wanted to be anonymous, but I can't help myself but give them some sort of identity, so this is Garlic Bread McGee. They commented, "Bro, I can't wait for the Mario RPG remake. I'm gonna play the OG this weekend. Also, Mario Wonder was an instant pre-order. Also, I just discovered that pre-orders for RPG are up, so I just did that." Now that's a real gamer right there. If I had the original version, I would also be playing it before the remake comes out, just to get my nostalgia buzz tingling. Also, I'm happy Super Mario Bros. Wonder can be pre-ordered right away. Hell fucking yeah. Next up is Ruin, who is a good friend of mine who has starred in a couple gaming videos I uploaded this year. He commented, "It sounds cool, and I'll probably use the Wiggles a bit, he's cute." I agree, the Nintendo Direct really lived up to the hype for me, and I can't wait to use Wiggler for future Mario Kart videos. He's the cutest worm to ever worm. The last commenter on Discord is none other than Sheldon Not Cooper. I have to make it very clear to you guys that he's neither a Cooper or a Plankton. He commented, "My comment is, whatever Zarko decided to do is good for me. He works hard and loves his passions in life." Well, I don't see what that has to do with last week's Nintendo Direct, but I think we all need a positivity booster every once in a while. Just know if you're watching this, Sheldon, that means a lot to me. The next commenter actually messaged me on Instagram. Their name is King, and they're also a great friend of mine. They really love moths. They commented, "Dude, the Direct was awesome. So many Mario games I'm excited for. The new art style for Mario Wonder is gorgeous, and the ROG remake, I'm all for it, man." I don't know who Fur Mario is or what a ROG is, but I agree with everything they said. It's not surprising to me that most of the comments I received were about two of the same games because honestly, they are both really phenomenal Mario games. I apologize for joking about your spelling, by the way. Love you, King. The last commenter actually posted this on Twitter. They commented, "Wario is the sexiest man alive. I want to take him to Olive Garden so he can fart over my face and kiss me with his garlicky lips." God, whoever posted this comment is desperate as fuck and has really bad grammar. Anyways, that pretty much does it for today's Nintendo Direct review. I sincerely apologize for the video delay, but even if this video ends up being trash, at least it's trash I can live with since I didn't have to rush it out for you guys. I put in a lot of time writing this script and editing this video for you guys, so please be sure to like and subscribe to show your support for this video and my channel. I would like to give a huge shout out to everyone who submitted comments for this video. Just know that you guys are some of the best friends and supporters a Wario Bean could ask for, and I highly appreciate you guys for leaving comments for this specific moment. As for the people watching this video at home or in a Denny's parking lot, be sure to comment down below what you thought of last week's Nintendo Direct and tell me what some of your favorite announcements were. Well, I'm going to be returning to the jungle to play with some ocelots now. I will see you all next time. Peace out, take care, Panda Bear.